fellow Toastmasters. Namaste.
Namaste.
That's the topic of my project too. So for those who are familiar, Namaste is a greeting commonly used in India, which is pretty much like, how do you do? How's your day and how are you? So the first time I learned of the word Namaste was when I had my first yoga class. So the yoga instructor, after making us go through twists and turns and incredible positions, ended the session with a Namaste. I was half wondering, what did the instructor mean? So it was later on that I realized Namaste had also some connotations to religion in India, where it says, I think, to the effect of, may God be with you or God bless you. And it's often used in yoga sessions. So that's just a bit of background on what my topic of today means. The reason why I've selected that topic is because I just came back from a trip up to Bangalore, and I was just there last week from Sunday to Tuesday, a very short 3-day, 2-night. So Bangalore was the country which I avoided like plague. So I've never been to India, and I never wanted to, because of all the things that everybody told me. I thought it was like a forbidden city with all the bad things that could happen to you. But I had no choice, right? Because in a regional role that I had to go to cities where my customers had their businesses. So in this case, I was called to Bangalore because I had an Accenture executive who was down in Bangalore to meet up with the 4,000 consultants and application developers which they employed. So there was I in Bangalore. A week before I left for Bangalore, I had words of wisdom from people who have never been to Bangalore before. So my grandma goes, "Don't touch the food, huh? Don't drink their water." And she's never been to Bangalore in all her 90 years. My husband goes, "The traffic is bad." And this, I believe, because he's been there before, so yeah, traffic, was bad. Third, from my mom, who says, "It's very hot, bring a fan, carry it with you." And all, so I said, okay, I'll just remember all your words of wisdom. And there I was. So I just wanted to build my speech today around these 3 words of wisdom and try my best in terms of sharing with you what little I've discovered in the city called Bangalore. Because with only 3 days, 2 nights, it's just too short. There was so much the city had to offer, but I thought maybe, as a starter, I would just share with you what I learned under that 3 sub-points. So the first, food. So when I packed my luggage, it started being this small, this little, and after I put in my 2 bottles of Evian water, 4 cup noodles, and a lot of snacks, I had to upsize my luggage because it couldn't fit in. But lo and behold, when I was in India, I was pleasantly surprised that the food there was great. Yeah, so I realized that the South Indian cuisine was mainly made up of gravy and curry. So there's a lot of curry. You get chicken curry, lentil curry, all sorts of curry you can think of. And they'll typically dip it with rice or with naan, right? And the curry there was fantastic. It's greater than any other curry you can find here in Singapore. And it was through my trip that when I gingerly asked, "Can I have a roti prata?" that I realized that was a local Singapore dish, which many of us who've not been to India would have thought it came from there like I did. So I didn't get my roti prata, but I enjoyed my naan and my curry very much. So I came back with I drank my Evian bottle, but I came back with my cup noodles and all my snacks because I really enjoyed the food so much. So for those of you who's planning to go Bangalore, never been there before, probably three things I would advise. One, to always eat cooked food. I still think it's good to be a bit cautious. So no salads, no fruits, just cooked food. Drink bottled water. So my sister-in-law was telling me, don't even try the bottled water that was bottled locally, but it's fine. I tried it and I survived. Third of all, what do I think? The 3 things, so it was food, water, and try out food in restaurants and hotels. Generally, they are a good transition before you venture out to roadside stalls or cafeterias and all that. Now I move to my second point, which is to share with you on the traffic conditions in Bangalore. So whatever they tell you is true. The traffic is horrendous. So the way we structured our day was the max we could have was probably 3 or 4 meetings with the customer. If you can do 4 meetings in a day, it's a great job. Either that or you just went to one venue and your customers came to your locations. Because what happened was we stayed in Windsor Hotel, which was like a good 45-minute to an hour ride to the city. So we found us spending more time traveling to a location than spending time with the customers there at the meeting. So you need to have really good planning. The other thing was also that it pays to have a chauffeur with you when you are in Bangalore, rather than trying to flag down someone. So a chauffeur to wait for you at the place just to minimize the time lost. And I also find quite a number of interesting things as I looked around on the roads, because we did spend quite a lot of time on the roads. Number one, the roads were very narrow. Sometimes you get two lanes, so one going this direction, one road going this direction. At one juncture, we had the same roads, but two directions each way. So I was like, where are we going? You know, why are we traveling in this way? So it happens because it's in Bangalore. The other thing I noticed was also the fact that the cars were quite small. So this was, and I found out why, it helps them maneuver much faster and get to their venues. So you don't see big luxurious cars because you can't get anywhere in them. So the roads are generally very small. Last but not least, there are no markings on the road because nobody follows them. So it was pretty interesting what I found out about the traffic there. Last but not least, just wanted to share that weather, on the contrary, before I went to Bangalore, I thought it was going to be really hot. But going there at this time of the year was pleasant. The temperature was around 27 to 28. So in fact, it was cooler than here in Singapore. So I enjoyed myself very much, to be quite honest. So that was just a brief in terms of what I captured in Bangalore in my 3-day, 2-night there. But what I told myself was the next time I go up to India, number one, I'll spend more time because the city and the country has a lot to offer. I wouldn't be doing justice, if I was just there for a business trip, 3 nights, 2 days. And I think there's a lot that we can offer, they can offer to us. So that comes to the end of my story today, and I would like to end my session the same way I've started it, which is Namaste.